The relation of intent to thought and action is like the relation of a seed to a tree and its fruits. An olive seed can only yield olive trees, and an opium poppy seed cannot but give opium. The seed of evil may well sprout, but only the seed of goodness yields fruit. So can the seed, the intention alone, influence our health and wellness? Our intentions are the soul of our actions. They are the action's true reflection. And according to those intentions, our thoughts and behaviors are shaped. Therefore, the impacts of those intentions far outweigh any single thought or action born of them. Actions are rewarded according to our intentions, and each person will have that which he intended. It is an indescribable state, bound to the infinite, to the unlimited. Intention is a deep connection with our soul. Intention is our perception of our place and role on this earth. It is the deepest point in our being. Intention represents the basis and foundation of our health and wellness, as concluded by John Travis in his iceberg model. The iceberg represents your health in its entirety and comprehensiveness, and your state of wellness or illness is but the tip of the iceberg, a minute fraction of its true mass. In the end, your state of wellness or illness is the result of the submerged parts of the iceberg, especially the parts at the deepest level, the spiritual realm. Intent, at its essence, is an awareness of the meaning of life and the act of living consciously. Intent is so deeply rooted that it does not change easily because it is a state of being. It is our natural disposition, our character, and the true nature within each one of us. It is my perception of the purpose of my existence and the source of my mission and my cause. Intentions are either pure and heavenly, which reflects the will of God within us, or they are earthly and worldly, which reveals the ego within. It is this ego that is the root cause of our attachment to wealth, power, influence, and social status. This attachment in human beings is the source of every suffering and pain. Because once such an earthly desire is not attained, a rift forms between what we desire and what we have. The result? Hostility emerges from this fracture, and is simultaneously directed both inward and outward. This hostility is a poisonous energy to ourselves and those closest to us. Hostility may manifest as envy and hate, discontent and resentment, or fear and anger, all symptoms of the grave disease of strong attachment and non-acceptance. And even when our worldly desires are attained, other forms of hostile energy develop. Vanity and greed, or arrogance and scorn, symptoms resulting from a lack of inner harmony as a result of this attachment. When a person loses the balance between his body and spirit, physical illness is an inevitable consequence. Many physical diseases are no more than a bodily reaction to this earthly attachment, this toxicity within, an attempt to awaken the individual and redirect him to the right path. And when a person does become ill, many believe that this illness will need no more than a diagnosis and a pill of medicine. It is only a wise few who realize that this illness is a bodily cry for help, a plea to restore the balance between the physical and the spiritual. How? By purifying one's intent so as to treat one's earthly attachment and replace it with a divine one. Illness is a blessing in disguise. It is the signal to alert you to the distance between your physical and spiritual beings. Many may not realize that we can lose all that we have, all that we are, as a consequence of our inner state. Many of our agonies, sufferings, and pains are no more than manifestations of our true intentions. The real threat we face is not from the external, but rather from within. In reality, everything that takes form on the outside is merely a reflection of our inner being. In the past, a doctor was known as a wise man. Any physician that restricts his treatment to the physical symptoms is practicing medicine without wisdom. A truly wise physician realizes that thoughts, feelings, and the intentions that drive them are an essential component of our health. This understanding is in line with the holistic definition of health as adopted by the World Health Organization 70 years ago. According to the World Health Organization, despite our scientific and technological advancements, we are less happy and healthy than we were several decades ago. Chronic diseases and cancers have risen steadily. The rates of depression, suicide, and mental illness have also dramatically increased. Whenever diseases escalate, humans redouble their efforts on experiments and research to develop effective medications, invent modern devices, and contrive new surgeries. We neglect the fact that our true existence is internal, and the physical diseases we see are only the tip of the iceberg, a consequence of the unseen imbalance in our depth. For the most part, modern medicine focuses on the physical symptoms of disease. It rarely treats the root causes of illness. This focus may succeed in abating some of these symptoms, but it can also push an illness deeper, only to find other ways to manifest as new symptoms and new forms of disease. Complete wellness cannot be attained without implementing a holistic approach, restoring our balance and correcting our view of self and the world around us. Our intentions are the core of our wellness, revealed through their impact on our mental, intellectual, and physical health. With the right intention, there will be balance between our physical and spiritual beings, and we will have less conflict and less hostility, allowing us to accept ourselves for who we truly are and live in harmony with everyone around us. Such is the wellness of intent. Truly, the world we build inside is the world we live outside.